7 Swans a Swimming, performed by The Voice of Todd.
My predecessor said the seventh night was always the worst. Not for the ritual, but for the body. This is the night the seams began to show, he told me, flexing fingers that bent into many places. Humans notice seams. They forgive brutality before they forgive irregularity. I didn't understand then. I do now. This body, soft, damp, stitched together from borrowed sinew, has begun to betray me. The nails loosen at their beds. The skin at the elbows darkens like fruit left too long on a warm windowsill. Every breath raps through a throat that cannot remember how to be human. And yet, I must pass among them unnoticed, for tonight is the Swan procession, the drowning night, the seventh binding of Skelmarak. Marrowbone Village gathers at Blackmare Pond, wearing its church best, threadbare coats buckled with tarnished buttons, dresses mended with mismatched cloth, woolen scarves stiffened by cold breath and old tears. These people understand poverty, the way monks understand prayer, intimately, instinctively, with a dedication that borders on devotion. At the pond's edge, 7 villagers stand apart, transformed into swans. Their garments are white, bleached linen, stitched into sweeping wings, embroidered with hundreds of tiny argent feathers. The long swan necks arc from lacquered wooden masks, each beak gilded in thin leaf, beaten nearly transparent. Their movements are slow, deliberate, ritualized, the studied grace of humans, imitating something holier, something long extinct. They are beautiful, they are grotesque, they are absolutely necessary. The dark star hangs above them like a wound in the sky, a black pupil dilated to take in all the world's trembling light. It watches the pond. It watches me. I try not to look directly at it. The body flinches when I do, and humans will notice flinching. This is my first swan procession. My predecessor handled the last one, barely, given how he died afterward, a soft collapse of organs in a shape no longer willing to house him. When I inherited his mantle, the dying shell of him gripped my wrist and said, "If you break the seventh night, everything after will split open easily." Then he sank into the deep below, where Skelmarak sleeps. Tonight, I must loosen the bindings, weaken it, tilt the ritual 1 inch towards failure, just enough. The swan bearer, Roman Pike, steps forward and taps his staff thrice upon the ice. The sound travels downward through frozen water, through mud and shale, through layered hollows where Skelmarak's dreaming form curls like a crowned leviathan. The ice answers with a long, patient crack. The 7 swans step onto the pond in a single file, their linen wings brushing the frozen surface. The masks show no expression, yet the eye holes glimmer with candlelight from torches behind them, giving the unsettling illusion of eyes where no human eyes should be. The ritual is simple. 7 swans circle the pond. 7 confessions are whispered into the ice. 7 drownings, symbolic or otherwise, seal the boundary. I must break 1 step. Just 1. I move among the kneeling villagers, mimicking their posture, their breath, their murmured supplications. The body creaks when I bow. A rib slips and pops back into place, like dice in a cup. Rowan notices. He always notices. His gaze flicks to me hard, suspicious. too perceptive for comfort. Humans like him are rare, those who pay attention, even when ritual should dull their senses. Last year, my predecessor called him a threat. This year, I may need to remove him. The swans begin their slow circuit. Their feet glide more than a step, as though the pond grants them a courtesy denied to others. Each tilt of their wooden head sends a ripple across the ice. Below the frozen surface, something stirs. The villagers pretend not to see the shadows. They pretend not to hear the murmuring. They pretend not to recognize the antlered silhouette pacing deep beneath, its contours lit by a phosphorescent glow older than language. Skelmarak dreams. The world shivers. The swan bearer raises his staff.
Begin,
He commands, voice breaking in the cold. One by one, the kneeling villagers press their mouth to the ice and whisper their confessions. They do not speak for absolution. They speak to feed the boundary. Guilt is mortar. Shame is sealant. Regret is the strongest chain of all. I bend forward with them. The body's jaw stretches, the hinge slipping too far. I force it back before anyone notices. Confession is dangerous for my kind. Words anchor, words bind, words give shape. But silence would draw suspicion. I whisper a lie into the ice. The lie tastes bitter. The ice swallows it greedily. The pond groans, satisfied for now. Then the mistake happens. The seventh swan slips. Not a stumble. Humans stumble. This is different. A glide broken by an invisible snag, like a dead hand grasping its ankle from beneath. The swan mask tilts. The dancer inside gasps. The ice beneath her fractures in a line like a vein of black glass. Rowan's head snaps towards me. He sees something. He doesn't know what, but he sees. I step forward to intervene, to disrupt the drowning sequence at the perfect moment, but Rowan blocks me.
Stay back, he snaps. You weren't here last year. Let the ones who remember guide the night.
The villagers murmur approval. My plan fractures with the same brittle sound the ice made. The seventh swan sinks. First one foot, then both. The body inside kicks beneath linen wings as cold water pours into the costume, dragging her downward with steady inevitability. The other 6 swans halt their circuit, their mass turning towards their drowning companion with an eerie, perfect synchronicity. The dark star brightens, a single trembling pulse of interest. From beneath the pond, antlers scrape upward. Skelmarak is listening. Rowan lunges towards the drowning swan. This cannot be allowed. I step behind him, hand poised to push. But the ritual, in its cruel wisdom, moves faster. The villager seize Rowan by the arms. 3 men, 2 women, faces wet with devotion. She was chosen, someone whispers. The 7th always is. Rowan fights, furious, horrified, but they drag him back, pinning him to the ice as the swan's struggle grows frantic. The girl inside the costume shrieks. Water fills her lungs in a rush of bubbling agony. Her scream turns liquid, then silent. The whirlpool forms, the boundary seals, the ritual's complete. Skelmarak sinks deeper, barred once more, and the dark star dims in quiet disappointment. Damn them. Damn their stubborn devotion. Damn their belief that they are protecting the world. They drown their children to preserve themselves, and still they look proud of their work. As torches flicker and villagers weep with solemn relief, Rowan collapses to his knees, shaking with grief and fury. He sees me watching him, noticing him, measuring him. His eyes narrow.
You didn't try to help her.
No, but I smile the way humans smile, lip lips stretched, teeth shone, warmth faked. I trust the ritual, I say in my best human voice. His jaw tightens. He will become a problem. He will not forget. But I will not forget either. Tonight, Skelmarak was held back. Tomorrow, I will try again. And again. Until one ritual fails, then another. Until the crown beneath the water finally rises. Until the dark star stops blinking like an eye adjusting to wakefulness and opens fully.